Can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk, your home of betting tips and analysis on boxing and a whole range of other sports. Please do check out their website in the link in the description. But we are here in final prediction mode, Danny, for a fight happening on the undercard of Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn, April 26th, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's the cruiserweight contest between Viddal Riley and Chev Clarke. It's an interesting one. I think maybe arguably one of the toughest fights to call on the card, you could say, in some people's eyes. So yeah, one I'm looking forward to and looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the fight. So without further ado, Danny, please tell us your final prediction at Chev Clarke and Viddal Riley throwdown on April 26th.
Yeah, I think most people would agree with what you said, that this is probably the closest fight, odds wise, in terms of who's most likely to win. A lot of people think this is the best fight in the card. I'm gonna go without much confidence on Viddal Riley points. I think he's probably the technically better boxer of the two. Certainly going backwards, though saying that Chev Clarke's obviously an Olympian, so he's not just a barroom brawler himself. I think there's going to be big question marks over Chev Clarke in that defeat last time out against Mosquera for the European. Viddal Riley obviously blew out Dan Garber in a couple of rounds last time. Couple of points wins before that, although I think the Mikel Lawal fight was that he was saying he broke his rib and boxed within himself. Fighters come up with excuses all the time, but I think he is the more naturally talented fighter, and I think it'd be really close, to be fair. And a Chev Clarke win, points or stoppage, would not surprise me, but I'm just going to edge Viddal Riley on points.
Yeah, interesting, mate. Great stuff. I think some of those things you've said are picking up on. Like it is what well, I'm going to make a prediction in a second, and no confidence at all really in that either. Um, like you said, it would not surprise me either way. I could see both winning on points in a way. Probably couldn't see a Vidal Riley stoppage, but I maybe could see a Chev. I don't know, but I think a stoppage is unlikely here. Put it that way. I'm gonna, for the sake of argument and entertainment, and maybe just because I'm giving him the slight edge, I will go with Chev Clarke. Being said, no confidence whatsoever. I do see this as quite a 50-50 fight, to be honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me if it was really close on the cards, both winning rounds, both thinking they've done enough maybe to win the fight. It's all about how Chev Clarke bounces back. I mean, yes, he was beaten in his last fight for the European title, as you mentioned, knocked down early, quite a heavy enough knockdown. I think he was wobbly for maybe a round or two, but he did end up coming back into that fight. I know he didn't get the decision, but he definitely did start coming back into that from the mid to late rounds. So you kind of maybe good powers of recovery there. Again, if he did bar from if the knockdown didn't happen, would he have won that fight? Potentially. These are kind of factors that I am weighing up in my head. So I am going to go Chev Clarke on points. And I think this is a big moment for Chev Clarke. I think lose this and well, not where do you go, but he's no spring chicken. Put it that way. He's what, mid 30s now. Obviously turned over late from following the Olympics. So I think this is Chev Clarke needs to win this fight more than Vidal Riley needs to win this fight, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna say that he does do the job via decision. Whether that's unanimous, split, or majority, I have no idea. So yeah, I'm gonna go just against you, mate. We're gonna go up against each other here, and I'm gonna go for Chev Clarke. Um, our partners, Sharp Betting, on their website have this as a kind of a, I think it's a 60-40 roughly, or a 62-38. I think it was the percentage implied probability split. I think that's in favor of Vidal Riley. That surprised me a little bit. I can see why, but at least surprise you. Like if you were without now you know the odds. Had you have logged on to a betting site and looked at the odds, would you have expected them to maybe be closer or even in favor of Chev Clarke?
But yeah, I don't know, I do see the fight as a close to a pick 'em. Vidal Riley's the slight favourite in most places, which I suppose you can understand. He's undefeated fighter coming in on better form. But yeah, maybe Chev Clarke's had the more in the fights he's won. He's won, in eye-catching fashion, some impressive stoppages. Vidal Riley not had so many of those, and a lot of the time that can sway people's opinions. So maybe it is surprising that there's not a bit more support for Chev Clarke. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you. I mean, whether it's 60-40, that's still a yeah. You're always gonna more than likely gonna make someone a favorite. So it's as much of a pick 'em for me as well. I mean, we could both turn out to be completely wrong, and it could be. I mean, again, if Viddal Riley boxes Chev Clarke's socks off, or vice versa, again, is that a huge surprise? Maybe not, but I do think it'll be close. I think we're destined to go the distance, to be honest. I would be shocked if one or the other got a stoppage. But yeah, I think it doesn't surprise me that, as you mentioned, he's the undefeated fighter here, Viddal Riley. He's in the better form, so to speak. But equally, then you look at Chev Clarke and you think there was a bit of hype about him after the Olympics. Fast tracked, I suppose, because of his age and stuff, maybe as well, to that European title. It wasn't like he was outclassed massively in the fight. Definitely, but you'd maybe say that both of these right now probably are just on that European level or whatever that is. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a good fight. It's close to a 50-50 fight, as I think on the surface you're going to get on April 26th. Whether it plays out like that or not remains to be seen. But yeah, it's an interesting one. And Danny, appreciate your time as always, mate. Guys, let us know in the comments your thoughts on this fight. And as always, if you're not doing so already, hit that subscribe button. Cheers, mate. All the best.
Cheers, Bob.